MLQ. Wait, I gotta log in.
Welcome everybody to the first game of Kansas City versus San Antonio. San Antonio with a quick fast break and an easy goal. Big hit on Matthew Black. Welcome everybody to the first game of Kansas City versus San Antonio. This is the front page plus high in Kansas City. San Antonio with a quick fast break and an easy goal. Big hit on Matthew Black. Welcome everybody to the first game of Kansas City versus San Antonio. This is the front page plus high in Kansas City. San Antonio bringing up the field. Welcome everybody to the first game of Kansas City versus San Antonio. Kansas City with a pretty spread out roster lineup here. Welcome everybody to the first game of Kansas City versus San Antonio. Spaces open provided by the beaters. The pass by Aaron Stout. Here comes a quick little dish, a shot, and a goal. Great goal by Aaron Stout. Crystal Fuente on a fast break, grabbing hands, running fast, trying to get that ledger. Crystal Fuente going up the play. Quick little dish, shot, and a goal. As Ledger drives for San Antonio, is on the play, got the goal, and we've got ourselves possibly a 2-1 game with that goal by Jay Stewart is good. Ledger drives for San Antonio, is on the play, got the goal, and we've got ourselves possibly a 2-1 game with that goal by Jay Stewart. Seems like San Antonio is still looking to do their patented fast breaking. Seems like there might be a blue card on Chris De La Fuente. Looks like a bludger turnover for an attempted beat on a keeper inside his keeper zone, which is not allowed. Is that goal good, Kaiser? No good on the goal. The score is 10-10, all tied up. Unlucky, looks like Kansas City looking to run the other direction. Little probing pass, nice little cut. Drives right through. Great defensive stop by Milena Sousa and Catherine Hay. Fantastic defensive effort by Sousa right there. Chris De La Fuente pushing the pace a little bit. Bradley Hines, they have control. Pressing high in their zone, giving the Soldados a lot of space to try and work with here. Jay Stewart looking for somebody to pass to. Nice little drive. Easy finish for himself. Score is 20-10 San Antonio. Chris De La Fuente, Bradley Himes, beater pair in for the Soldados. Quick little beat from Vincent Reyes. Brendan Duncan on a solo mission to try and get that bludger. Not going to work out. Aaron Stout bringing the ball up slowly on the pitch.
I think, honestly, those have been walking with their own camera. Because I saw a lot of players with their own camera.
Good reactions by number 22 of Kansas City. Looks like the ball was passed out of bounds. Beater's blowing up the play. Vincent Reyes trying to get his bludger back for his team. Chris De La Fuente baits the beat out. Beat. Beat. Jay Stewart doing his Jay Stewart thing. Great finish through the top. Possibly. I assume there seems to be some discussion about whether it went through the hoop or not. If this goal counts, the score will be 30-10, San Antonio. Looks like no call on the play. Goal is good. Scores 30-10 San Antonio off of that Jay Stewart goal. All right, play is about to resume. Ball with Billy Quall. San Antonio not straying from their fast-paced style that they usually play with. Still a lot of the same veterans that have been around for years. Big trade from Vincent Reyes to get his teammates control. Great beat by Chris De La Fuente onto Sena Morimoto. They're running it back the other way. Jay Stewart running right into a beater. Great tackle from Aaron Stout. A great turnover. Fast break the other direction from Kansas City. Looks like a 3v2 situation. Shot off the top hoop is no good. Seems like some jitters out there for both teams, which is completely understandable given it's that their first series of the season. Beat from Justin DeWick. Nice little dodge from Matthew Blackwood. Great hands from Alyssa Villalba to try and stop that ball. Seems like there may be a call. Some chatter. Score is still 30-10. San Antonio with an early lead here. Quite a long stoppage here. It's very important that we get all these calls correct. Trying to referee this game as fairly as possible. Kaiser Polson is the head referee for this game. Calling the play. Let's go! They're right. Seems like the call is third bludger interference on Kansas City Stampede. Score is still 30-10 San Antonio with this early lead. Okay. Senda Morimoto bringing the ball up very slowly, giving some teams some time to get in position. Kalen Johnson here putting some pressure on Bradley Himes. Bradley being physical. Kalen Johnson not afraid at all. And a nice little goal off that distraction from Kalen Johnson. Great goal. San Antonio making a fast run the other direction. Slowed down by Justin DeWick. No fear. Scarborough meeting Matt Blackwood high on the field. Nice little move from Matt Blackwood. Missed shot off another great defensive shot from Scarborough. Jay Stewart, though, sliding in and out. Great pass to Matthew Blackwood and a goal. Score is 40-20 now, San Antonio. Kansas City with that similar style that we've seen Creighton do this past season in USQ, playing high on the pitch on defense, forcing the offense to make a move or pass around, not just giving them any free space. Quick beat from Justin DeWick on Javi. Ball over to Wallace, back behind the hoops. Jay Stewart goes out to meet. Great little pump fake. Whoa. Great little pump fake from Luke Langlanay. Great pump fake from Senda Morimoto. Nice two-handed tackle by Luke Langlanay, but ended up being finished by number 22 for Kansas City. Very selfless play from Morimoto there to take the tackle, stay on his feet, find an open teammate in Wallace running right behind him, and another great pass even after the second tackle from Luke Langlanay to finish it out.
He looks like he's running like he's late.
Well.
And he's got a beer. He's ready to go.
Kaiser. Goal is good. You got that one? Okay. Scores 40-30 off of that good goal from Kansas City. San Antonio is still in the lead with 10 points. Luke Langlanay, after a brief hiatus, is back in the quad ball scene. Brings it over to Chris De La Fuente's side, seeing if they can create something together. Passes it over to Carlos Prado. Swinging it back to Langlanay. Great beat by DeWick onto Chris De La Fuente. Javi does a great job of scooping one back. Got some great defense from Kansas City. Running a fast break the other direction. 2v1. Nice little beat from Chris De La Fuente. And a great stop. And Luke Langlanay looks to run. San Antonio again running this ball down the field. Unlucky missed shot from Luke Langlanay. A great forced stop by Justin DeWick to get that ball out of Luke's hands. Force a bad shot. San Antonio clearly looking to run on every single possession, every single turnover that they can. Saying we don't need Miguel Esparza to run a fast break. We've got plenty of people that are fast enough. Somebody told me that he broke his ankle. He's a lot slower now. Just a rumor, I don't know. Ball up top with number 12, Usami. Javi harassing Justin DeWick over here on the left side of the pitch. Great beat from Kalen Johnson. Time. We have the time. What's the time? 6:36. No goal? No goal, AJ?
No.
Okay. Luke Langlanay bringing the ball up. Left side of the pitch. Usami meeting him high. Passes deep to Carlos Prado. Javi looking to probe a little bit. great tackle from Kyle Bryant. Seems to be off broom. And a great goal off of that play from Kyle Bryant. Justin DeWick pressing Javi alone, all by himself, trying to create some opportunities, some offense for his chasers. Unfortunately, nowhere near ready for that fast break attempt.
Come on, Javi.
We have to set up again. Morimoto swings it over to Usami. Back to Morimoto. We're playing catch together. Looks like there might be a call on the play for some net contact. Great little dish from Morimoto. And a strong finish from Kansas City, number 35. Really selfless play we're seeing from Kansas City. Knowing exactly where their teammates are, not being afraid to throw that ball over to their teammates who have a better look, even if they're right in front of the goals. Seems to be a yellow card on Javi Tiarina. Not gonna lie, I said that on purpose because I thought it was funny. Yellow card for net contact on Tiarina. That goal will count. The score is 50-40 San Antonio. Bryant and Tiarina, this beater duo that helped lead UTSA to its first national championship in program history this past USQ season in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. Javi with their lone bludger. Kansas City with a 2-2 zone, with one chaser stepping a little bit high to meet ball carrier. Again, not allowing any sort of breathing room for San Antonio to work with. Langley dishes out to Prado. Prado pump fakes right back to him. Javi pressing the beaters high into the zone. Great little dish. Luke Langley with a pump fake. No good. Slight miss. Both beaters for Soldados are out of play. Tiarina is hustling back to go and get it. Smart play from the beaters here in Kansas City to extend this no-bludger drive. Great dish to Morimoto. Pump fakes once, pump fakes twice, and a finish from Kansas City. We're all tied up at 50 points apiece with some smart beating from Kalen Johnson and Justin DeWick to extend this third bludger play even further.
Did you see that? What the beaters did? So annoying.
It's a very aggressive beating from Kyle Bryant here. Kansas City not too happy with it. Kalen Johnson pressing high. Javi gets one bludger back for his team. Catherine Hay pass over to Villalba. What a great shot that is. Off the inside of Villalba. Excellent play from Catherine Hay to get that ball out to Villalba there for that nice goal. Brings San Antonio back in the lead with 60 points. Ball out from Vincent Reyes over to Usami. Back to Reyes. Justin DeWick ushering Vincent Reyes into the zone. Beats out Tiarina. Passing behind Dylan Freeman. Great tackle. And a great beat from the Soldados. Excellent defense there. A lot of great individual defending from both teams here. Showing no fear. Try and stop these chasers from getting any ground early. Jay feels some pressure, passes over to Dylan Freeman. Dylan Freeman drives, beat. Goal is counted good. Great catch from Justin DeWick. Seems to be playing dodgeball over here with the San Antonio beaters without any chaser play. Game seems to be a little bit chaotic right now. Nobody has quite eased into the game. It's been pretty close. Nobody able to get any breathing room despite a 20-goal lead, or 20-point lead, early on in the game. Lauren Curry enters the game. Great pump fake from Usami and a great block from Jay Stewart. Great defense from the Soldados again to be ready for anything that's coming at them.
10:39.
Tiarina subs out for De La Fuente. De La Fuente, the spark plug early on for those fast breaks for San Antonio. 50. Score is 70-50 San Antonio. Missed shot from Jay Stewart, picked up by Usami. He wants to run. Kyle Bryant is there to stop that fast break. Kansas City with both beaters having control here. Missed beat onto De La Fuente, covered again by number 29. Kyle Bryant steps in to make a beat. Misses the missed shot from Vincent Reyes, picked up by Jay Stewart. We need to look to fast break here, and yes, he does. There he goes, running one beater. Missed shot. Jay Stewart is slow to get up on that play. Stop play for a possible injury. Great play from number 29 in Kansas City. Step up there, force Jay to make a bad shot, not let him get any more ground than he already had. Great show of respect there from Morimoto to come check on Jay Stewart. They will be developmental academy teammates once again this summer.
If you have all through that campus.
Jay will sub out for David Avila. I think this is the first time we've seen him in this game. Helped bring Texas State back from not attending nationals the year prior to then making a finals run and claiming a second place prize in the Division II finals of U.S. Quad Ball Cup this past season. Really great work with a small team, a small roster size to pull them out of what seemed to be, a slump and get them back going and finding a group of people that really wanted to compete and work hard. Score is 70-50. San Antonio is still in the lead over Kansas City. 11-27. We're about 11 and a half minutes into this game. We've got the 20-minute mark coming up soon. If anybody wants to make a run to try and extend this lead, now's the time to do it. Some quick subs, some quick chaotic subs for San Antonio, but it doesn't look like Kansas City is ready. Bringing up the ball up slowly. Seems like a box defense set up here for Kansas City. Both bludgers. Some pump fakes from Lauren Curry. Great play to get Maya Heimbach out of the play. Taking some space now that the beaters created. Love to see that. Ball back to Brenda Duncan. Behind the hoops to Aaron Stout. Avila goes out to meet him. Dish back out to Vincent Reyes. Beat on Maya Heimbach. Great hand from Matthew Blackwood. And a great pickup. What a great tackle from Leo. Great beat from De La Fuente to gain control. Some great defense from San Antonio. The beaters are there to clean it up. Excellent defense. In a series that you might have thought would have been a high-flying and offensive-driven series, there's some really, really big defensive plays coming out from both squads. It's really exciting to see for such a short time that they've been together. They've been able to create some sort of plan, some defensive strategy, and it's working out for the both of them very well. Aaron Stout meeting Blackwood high up the pitch. Quick little slip from Matthew Blackwood out to Avila. A little bit of a low pass, not much they can do off of that pass. Avila probing. De La Fuente and Heimbach up top. Not applying too much pressure to the defense at this point. Missed beat from Kansas City. Great dish to Catherine Hay. And another selfless play. Unlucky. Great defense from Aaron Stout. And a great shot from Matthew Blackwood. San Antonio might have gotten a little bit lucky there because there was some great defensive play from Aaron Stout to make that tackle after a missed beat from Kansas City. That leads San Antonio, brings San Antonio into the lead by 30 points, 80-50. Still plenty of time for Kansas City to close that gap. Ball dished out to Himmelman, back out to Reyes. De La Fuente looking to press, missed beat by Maya Heimbach. Dish over the top to Brenda Duncan, not working out for her. Catherine Hay steps in the way, makes that little stop. Luke Langley looking to run on one beater. He's got nobody in front of him, just one player now. Great little dish. Great feed from Leo. Back out to Langley. Ball behind to Avila. Missed beat again, and a great dunk from David Avila. Goal.
I play a lot of basketball, and that's a thing.
Score is 90-50 San Antonio. This set from Kansas City not working out to their favor. They decide to bring in Brian McClanahan himself with the green cleats. Great little bait from McClanahan to get De La Fuente out of the play and get his teammate control off a nice little split dodge right there. Reyes looking to probe. Off balance shot picked up by Duncan. Back to Reyes somehow. Missed shot. There'll be a turnover. Double beat from the beaters, leaving one bludger back for the Kansas City Stampede. ball in Avila's hands. Heinba out here alone without De La Fuente. Owen Curry looking to step up, maybe apply some pressure. Ball swung very deep to Lane Winnie. Little pump fake. Looking to drive, find a dish. Great little dish, and what a finish that is from David Avila. Great find by Luke Lane Winnie. Classic driving dish style that he was a master of.
14-34.
Scores 100-50. San Antonio is just extending their lead constantly with some great defense. De La Fuente beating out Billy Qua early on. Time check. Time check. 15 minutes, AJ. 15 minutes. Game time is 15 minutes. We got 5 more minutes for that 20-minute mark. Lauren Curry harassing Heinba behind the hoops. Gets her out of the play. Unfortunately, we've got a missed beat from Heinba. Missed pass picked up. Ball out to Aaron Stout. See you later. Great beat from De La Fuente right into the hands of Luke Langlanay, who's looking to run. He's got one player in front of him. Beater behind. Great little dish. Missed beat from McClanahan. And a finish by David Avila. San Antonio has found their rhythm. Their fast breaks are working out for them. Nobody seems tired at all. They're doing a great job of communicating. They have a clear plan that they want to do, and that's going to force a timeout from Kansas City. Smart play. And San Antonio has found them in a 6-goal lead. Or not 5 minutes ago. We were in a really tight matchup there. So probably a good idea for Kansas City to regroup here. Try and salvage some more of this game. There's still a little bit of time for that 20-minute mark, and that Snitch comes out. We haven't seen Scarborough into the game since the beginning of
Good to see you.
the game. He's making some great defensive stops on his solo side for Kansas City.
I know what San Antonio says.
Oh, where do you live?
I live like 2.5 hours away.
Okay. That's a tough commute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to do the Corpus Christi to San Antonio, which is like just
That's about the same, right?
2.5, 3.
Yeah.
And then I used to do Corpus Christi to Austin. And I would drive up in the morning and then play and then drive back the same day. Definitely had to pull over to like fall asleep.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
Could not.
Cool. You're out of school then?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'll be back next semester.
Oh, just taking a break?
Well, no, it's just, I mean, not out of school.
Oh, for
it's like
summer. For summer. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Summer.
Are you commentating? Just so you know. How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
I heard a rumor you were coming. I was like, where's this guy?
So it had 6:50, and then I spent 12 minutes driving around in that school parking lot, which is where the address is.
That's true. You're right.
So I didn't even know about this Northwest Vista campus, this Alamo College.
I didn't either.
I always looked at Northwest Vista.
I didn't either. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have lights coming onto the field. A great sign for this evening. His light seems to be getting a little bit dim with the storm in the distance.
15:40.
All right, Kansas City took a nice little time out there to reset their mind, get a little bit of a change up in their game plan going. Let's see if they come out with any different looks here. For San Antonio, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Keep doing the same thing you're doing, playing good stand-up defense, being patient, letting your beaters
15-40.
create some opportunities on offense for some quick turnover transition goals. Game's going to start back up here in just a second. Looks like some subs coming in for Kansas City. Some slow play from Kansas City. Scarborough enters the game again, this time with a green headband. Billy Qua, ball over to Scarborough. Pass down deep to Wallace. Draws one beater. A little bit of an errant shot. Missed out. Good play from Scarborough to stop that fast break attempt from Carlos Prado.
I got point. One back right. I got point.
Ball out from Dylan Freeman to Carlos Prado.
16,
Ball back to Freeman.
Robbie, go out. Robbie, if he goes down, you go out. Right back, Cole.
Missed beat from Heimbach. Never mind. Ball out from Prado over to Davids. Some pressure from the Kansas City beaters. Forces San Antonio to play a little bit further back. Some aggressive beating from McClanahan. That's why they call him McClanahan's, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic catch that was by Brian McClanahan. So blow up the play in a non-advantageous position and make a great catch like that to get himself control, or to keep control, and a nice little stop for himself. It's not easy. It's not an easy job to have that kind of confidence, to know that you're just going to catch whatever ball is thrown at you, no matter what distance it is. But a veteran like McClanahan, he has that confidence. Ball is being swung around by Kansas City. Seems like there was a beat on San Antonio missed. And a beat on San Antonio, beat from San Antonio onto Kansas City. Seemed like there might have been a missed beat. Nice little play that Kansas City was unfortunate to miss out on. They were clearly looking for that side. It's just unfortunate that they didn't get that call. Ball out to David. The bobbles a little bit. That ball is out. Seems like there's a call on the play. I'm not entirely sure what the call might be.
Table. What's time?
18.
Game time is 18 minutes. The score is still 110 San Antonio to Kansas City's 50 points. Seems like there's a yellow card on number 2, Wallace. Not sure what for. Some sort of contact foul into David. He gets the ball back. Kansas City does have 2 beaters back with bludgers. So it's not the end of the world just yet. San Antonio decides to play it slow. A great little steal from Melina Sosa. Caught Kansas City lacking a little bit. Some great tackles from Kansas City, not working out. Ball back up to Carlos Prado. Off of a low pass from Dylan Freeman. Great beat from Kansas City to stop that play on a power play. Turning it into, never mind, ball back to Carlos Prado. He's got 1 to beat. Gets beat, missed shot. He had 1 to beat and he decided to rip a shot from 5 yards out as hard as he could. Unlucky. Some great defense from Kansas City, not giving up that easy possession there. Even after some great beater play from Melina Sosa to steal that ball and get control for her team. 30 seconds. Kansas City down 1 player right now, bringing that ball up slowly. Might be trying to buy their teammate a little bit of time to get back in the play. Justin DeWick, great little beat. Ends up getting control for his team. Excellent job from Justin DeWick and his beater partner there. Usami probing. Dylan Freeman is out there. No fear. You got big hands. Beat from Justin DeWick onto Chris De La Fuente. Chris De La Fuente
5,
missed beat on Justin DeWick.
3, 2, 1.
Almost time.
19:15.
It's almost time. Game time is 19:15. We've got a little bit more time here before that 20-minute mark.
$19.30.
Quick shot from Blackwood. Batted out of the air by Justin DeWick. Great dodge from David. And what a rip shot that is. Doing his best Luke Langland impression. And a great stop from Chris De La Fuente to stop that Morimoto fast break attempt. The ball is with Jay Stewart. Being pressured up top by Usami. He's going for a little bit of a jog. It's good to see him back in this game after that hit earlier. Never want to see a player like Jay Stewart sitting out in the game due to an injury. Jay Stewart and Blackwood, again, part of that UTSA core that won their first ever national championship. Did it in dramatic fashion. Beating the #1 ranked Creighton on their way to the semifinals where they played Michigan. Sort of a stronger sleeper pick in the tournament, gave them a run for their money, where they eventually met Harvard in the final. And another great endgame. Great tackle from Morimoto onto Blackwood. Seems like there might be a little bit of an injury.
big guy.
Seems like Blackwood might be okay.
20.
Not sure what the issue is here.
Dude, I suck now. I asked Christian, I was like, are you sure? I'm doing it for MLQ.
20.
20!
Set score is going to, so right now it's going to be last play and then they're going to set that. So set scores at 180.
This will be the last possession of this first half. Our snitch today, Craig Gerson, making a brief celebrity appearance.
Sorry.
A little bit eager to get on that pitch. Show us all what he's made of.
One wonders what he's thinking.
Matthew Blackwood being helped off the field by some teammates. You never want to see anybody get hurt, especially when both teams are putting this much time to, put this much time into their craft. It's great to see the respect that Morimoto has shown to both his own teammates and to the other team.
20-30.
We're at 20, it's the last possession. Will be last possession here. Langway subs in for Blackwood. Seems like Soldados might try and get some bludgers back here from Kansas City right before that 20-minute mark. Kansas City has done a pretty good job of slowing down that little run that San Antonio had earlier on in the game. Seems like there might be a ref call here. Guys are waving it off. Beat from Justin DeWick on to Cristo Fuente, looking to blow up the play. Pressing Jay Stewart. Great tackle from Morimoto and a great beat from Justin DeWick. Great block from David. This beat there, kick back, and that'll be a turnover. And that will lead us to our second half coming up here. 20-minute break. The score is 120 San Antonio to Kansas City's 50 goals, or 50 points. Take a brief intermission here. Some great defense from Kansas City to stop that last little play there. So San Antonio can't further extend their lead. We're good? All right, we're back. Flag runners on the pitch. We've got Alvarez and Scarborough here as the two seekers. Great tackle from Stewart to stop a fast break, but Usami, nice little quick goal for Kansas City. Kalen Johnson right here to ready to beat. 3, 2, 1, go. Beat on John Alvarez. 35 points are on the line here for Kansas City. They might I was going to say they might get a chance there, but quick beat from De La Fuente. Justin DeWick ushering out John Alvarez. Great little spot from John Alvarez to get, not only get DeWick out of position, but get his own beater a ball there. Score is 130 San Antonio to 60 Kansas City. The set score is 180. Beat on John Alvarez from Justin DeWick. Kansas City really needs these points here to close that gap that San Antonio had earlier in the game. Ball with Aaron Stout right now. Justin DeWick making sure that John Alvarez did not have a second on this snitch. Surprised to see Scarborough walking a little bit. Maybe he might be a little bit tired. He's played with some big minutes here. Some great defensive stops. Unlucky little play there for John Alvarez. Luke Langley says, run it. Let's go score some more goals. We don't absolutely need the snitch here. We just need to get some goals. Heinbaugh beat onto the seeker. John Alvarez getting Kalen Johnson out of position. Justin DeWick seems to be pressuring a little bit on the Qualify side. They're okay to give up some goals if they means. Great catch from Kalen Johnson there onto my Heinbaugh. And a great goal. Great goal for San Antonio. They are 4 points away from winning this game. 40 points away from winning this game. Kansas City has to do something here. They need either to step up their defensive game here to stop some goals and get some, or they really need this snitch grab. Driving dish from Aaron Stout. Great little play from Brendan Duggan to keep that ball. Passes out to 22. Great beat from Maya Heinbaugh and a nice tackle from Lana Sousa. Some great defense from San Antonio. Scarborough battling with the snitch. He really needs this one right here. Johnson making sure that Alvarez has no chance to sneak in and grab this ball. Beat onto the secret from De La Fuente. Jay Stewart one-on-one with Aaron Stout. Beat onto Chris De La Fuente. Great little dish and a nice little pass to Villalba. Great catch from Brian McClanahan to beat the seeker and stay alive in the process. Make sure John Alvarez does not end the game. They're going to force San Antonio to score some goals here. Aaron Stout driving, quick score. Scores 150 to 70. San Antonio still in the lead. John Alvarez has the second on the snitch. Will he grab it? Will he grab this snitch and end Kansas City's run right now? Not if Brian McClanahan has anything to say about it. Great tackle from Morimoto. Missed beat from Kalen Johnson. Little scrum on the ground for the ball. My Heinbaugh here with the seeker. Beat onto the Kansas City seeker. Gives John Alvarez some time, and that looks possibly like a good catch for San Antonio. If this catch is good, that will be a game for San Antonio. Catch is no good. Kansas City still alive in this game. The score is 150 to 70. 150 to 70 right now. San Antonio still in the lead. 3 goals away from winning this game. Nah, not like that. Not like that. Morimoto in a good spot here to make a quick move and get a goal for Kansas City. Looking to close that gap as quickly as possible. Kansas City's beaters doing a really good job of making sure John Alvarez does not have a chance. And now they know that if he does get that chance, he will score. Morimoto with a great score, closing that gap even more. Score is 80 to 150. Some trades from KJ and Maya Heinbaugh. Chris De La Fuente will pick up that bludger. John Alvarez gives him time. Kansas City forced to play some defense. Can't let San Antonio get any more goals. Seekers are scrapping for the cinch right now. Chris De La Fuente, quick beat out. John Alvarez has a chance here. Missed beat from McClanahan. Great beat from De La Fuente. This is his chance. Beat on John Alvarez by Lauren Curry. Missed beat. Great little steal. Running down the pitch. Seems like should be an easy goal. Great goal. Fast break. Kansas City with some signs of life here. Again, bringing that great point defense that we saw early on in the game, bringing it out here in this snitch on pitch play. Definitely having your beaters makes it easier to play defense, but if you are a beater and your Chasers are playing some good point defense, you can trust them a little bit better. You can maybe play a little bit more snitch defense. Ball passed out. Looks like maybe a quick little call here, possibly. Never mind, he's back to hoops. De La Fuente beat by Lauren Curry. Great spin from Mr. Reyes. Ball out and a great dish. What a goal. Still selfless. We love to see that from Kansas City. Very selfless play. Teammates are always there for a pass, and they're always willing to give that pass. De La Fuente and Heinbaugh sub out. Never mind, just De La Fuente. Bryant is in with Heinbaugh. San Antonio really needs to stop this little momentum swing that Kansas City has gotten here. They need to give their seekers some time. Their Chasers can't get dragged down. Almost a grab here by John Alvarez. Beat by Justin DeWick. Kansas City has a chance to score here. Beat from Kyle Bryant. Beat on Heinbaugh. Great tackle from Vincent Reyes. It's back up. Seems like there might be a call on the play. Which one is it, Craig?
It's off of Keenan.
Am I blind? So, I can see. You okay? You great. Kansas City has really closed down this gap. Scores 150 to 100 right now. San Antonio had a really nice lead going into snitch on pitch. Kept it going for a little bit, but some quick transition goals off some great defense from Kansas City has brought them back into this game. Some signs of life. One grab here will bring them within only a few goals. I think 5 goals to San Antonio's 3 goals. But as of right now, they need that snitch grab in order to close this gap or a couple more fast break goals. A little bit more discussion here. San Antonio has an opportunity to be successful on this power play.
150, 100.
We thought it was
I don't know if they're saying he's blind. That's a good 5, man. I don't know what he's saying.
Let me write the score. You're missing a line.
Play is about to resume. San Antonio does have this power play. Kansas City with, looks like 1 bludger back. Great beat from Bryant.
Over the top! Over the top!
Jay Stewart, driving, dishing, no goal. That'll be a turnover.
Went straight to my face and I didn't move.
New seeker in for San Antonio, Trevor Smith. Love to see him back in the game after hiatus due to an injury on his knee. Been rehabbing it.
Hey, what's my time?
Justin DeWick pressuring out. Scarborough has a chance here to catch this snitch, bring his team back into the game.
Let's go, 0. Go, Aaron.
How much longer does he have?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. They scored 110. Scores 110 to 150 San Antonio. Beat on San Antonio. Scarborough has some more time alone with the snitch. Howard Bryant can't decide what he wants to do. Dylan Freeman charging through, and that is a goal for Dylan Freeman. San Antonio just 2 goals away from ending this game 1 here in style. Almost a quick little grab on Trevor Smith. We might have a catch here for Kansas City. That would bring them within 4 goals from winning this game to San Antonio's 2 goals. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Wow. Is that catch no good? Catch is no good. Scores 160 to 110. San Antonio still in the lead here. Kansas City has the ball. Another opportunity here to close that gap even more. Joe Scarborough stepping up here, trying to get some more alone time. Trevor Smith not going to let him get to that alone time without a fight. And what a quick little grab from Trevor Smith. And that is going to do it, I believe. If this catch is good, San Antonio will have won that first game here. Scarborough just no more left in the tank after that game one. Trevor Smith sees his opportunity to strike and goes in to snag that stitch when he wasn't paying attention. Smith seems confident, and that is the game. San Antonio takes the first game 195 to 110. What a first game we have here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fight in that Kansas City team. Showed some really nice patient defense at the beginning of the game and some really nice selfless offense to bring that game really close. Unfortunate for Kansas City, that San Antonio was able to get a nice little spree before that 20-minute mark and extend that lead. And even though they were in that lead, San Antonio looked a little bit shaky in that switch on pitch game. I think Kansas City knew what was on the line. They needed that first game win to put themselves in a good spot. But we'll just have to see what game 2 holds. We sure hope that both teams didn't expend too much energy in that first game, even though it was quite a long one. Everybody was giving all they got. You love to see that. But we'll take a quick break, and we will see you guys back here for game 2. I already warned them. All. And we are back with game number 2, Kansas City Stampede versus the San Antonio Soldados here in San Antonio, Texas. It's a lovely evening here, nice and humid, not too hot, but the bugs make up for it, trying to make us as miserable as possible. But we're out here having a great time anyways. San Antonio took that game number 1. Kansas City decided to make it pretty close though in the end. We thought San Antonio had them in the bag. At the end of that first pre-Snitch on pitch session, they had I think a 6 or 7 goal lead. They were cooking with smoke and it was really good. Kansas City decided, you know, we're not done yet. Gave them a nice little fight, some great defensive stops. But in the end, Trevor Smith with a sneaky grab pulled on that snitch to win them that first game. We'll see if Kansas City can bounce back here or if San Antonio can close out the series here in game number 2. Kansas City now on your left, San Antonio on your right. Game number 2, and here we go. Usami beats Jay Stewart. Looks like maybe a little bit of a dead leg on accident. Peter's bringing it up. Unlucky stop. Great hands from Melena Sosa. Great feet to get out of that pressure and get that ball to their keeper, David Avila. Kansas City comes away with a missed goal, but bludger control. San Antonio has the quaffle coming up here on offense. Bradley Himes and Chris De La Fuente back in to start this game number 2, the same way they started game number 1. We'll see if they start it with that same really high aggressive and fast-paced play style. Kansas City switching up their defense into a tree zone, a hoop zone defense. Rotation is getting a little bit mixed up. It's turned into sort of a 2-2 zone, kind of a floating hoop zone, 2-2 zone. Peter's not sure quite how to deal with it. Beat from Bradley Himes onto Brendan Duncan. Another beat. Beat from Vincent Reyes. Bradley gets one bludger back on defense. Vincent is here. Vincent blowing up. San Antonio has an early lead, but with that play from Vincent Reyes, we might see Sena Morimoto close it out. Great tackle from David Avila. Great dish from Sena Morimoto onto Aaron Stout's pins, and we're all tied up. Great beating from Vincent Reyes there to not only keep control, but blow up the play and get his team a nice little goal in the process. San Antonio on the back foot here, being forced to score. Can't quite do their transition style if they have to score first. They're going to have to be on defense if they want to play that transition style. Let's see if they can work the ball around a little bit. Ball out to Melena Sousa. Pink highlighter cleats, pump fakes Aaron Stout, back to Avila. Chris De La Fuente pump fakes himself. Ball out to Jay Stewart, puts Sena Morimoto on his bottom, and Jay Stewart with a high flying dunk, but they're fast breaking the other direction. No beaters back on defense, and we've got ourselves a goal. And we're tied up at 2 apiece. Kansas City doing their best San Antonio impression and running those fast breaks on them nonstop, forcing San Antonio to get back on defense. Right now, San Antonio has been forced to commit all of their bludgers and beaters into this attack to try and open up the defense. It has paid off for Kansas City. They're bleeding goals, but they're getting them right back on the offensive end with those transitions. David Avila probing. Little snake eyes, no look pass out to Jay Stewart. Jay Stewart snake eyes himself. Ball out to Melena Sosa. Aaron Stout is there, but she does a great job of getting that ball out to David Avila, who gets wrapped up by Billy Quall. Great play from Brendan Duncan, and look what we have again. It might just be a fast break goal for Kansas City. And ladies and gentlemen, yes it is. Kansas City has decided, you know what? Come and score, San Antonio. We'll take it, and then let's go and do our best impression of Miguel Esparza. He's slow anyways. Let's show him what real speed looks like. And they've got themselves a 30-20 lead.
But I ain't no sin.
Vincent Reyes pressuring Bradley Himes out. Quick beat on Bradley Himes. Chaser is nowhere in the game yet. David Avila taking his sweet time, crossing that pitch. Nothing wrong with that. Still walking forward. We've got Jay Stewart deep left, and he's going to send it right on down. Billy Quall is there to meet him. Chris De La Fuente maybe looking to open up a lane for Jay Stewart. Decides, nope, I'm against it. Kansas City, again, in this sort of hybrid 2-2 and hoop zone. Seems to be okay with the little bit of transition time in between these defensive rotations. Beat on David Avila trying to open up a lane, and Jay Stewart creates one himself. He said, okay, I'll take the goal. Puts that one far down the alley. San Antonio gets bludgers in the process, and there's no fast break. San Antonio finally gets some time to breathe, gets a chance to play some defense of their own and maybe fast break themselves. Cristo De La Fuente applying some pressure. Good pump fake for Cristo De La Fuente. Brendan Duncan is pressuring him himself. Vincent Reyes can't decide what to do. Beats Bradley Himes. Great little idea from Usami, but Jay Stewart says, I'll take that. And a first stop for San Antonio. Kansas City seems to be getting a little bit tired of this defense. Maybe it was the transition goals that they had. Jay Stewart swings the ball out to Avila. Sena Morimoto is here to stop that ball. Swings back over. Bradley Himes beats the beater. Great little feet and a goal. Jay Stewart says, I'll take number 3 for the game right there. That is his 3rd goal of the game, I believe. Could be his 4th, I'm not quite sure. But Jay Stewart doing Jay Stewart things. You could say vintage, but he's only like 4 years old, so can't quite be vintage yet. David Avila meets Usami high on the field. Zero Scarborough in the game now. Walking behind Vincent Reyes. Vincent Reyes has been doing very well to create some opportunities for his chasers, but might be getting a little bit too distracted. Bradley Himes goes to press out. De La Fuente is there to read the pass, but a great play from Usami to open it up. Great stop from Elena Sousa. A brick wall, and look what we have here. Jay Stewart on a fast break. 1 beater in the play. Great block, and a goal by Jay Stewart. This is his game. He said, give me the ball, I'm gonna go score. Another great play from David Avila to run down the field with Jay, get in the beater's face, and be sort of a wall to try and stop that bludger from being thrown. If anything, he bought some time for Jay Stewart to get his eyes up, beat his defender, and block that beat from Vincent Reyes. A sub for Reyes. We have Justin DeWick into the game now. Ball in the hands of Scarborough. Walking the ball up slowly. Huffing and puffing a little bit. Ball out to Wallace. The beater pair of DeWick and Johnson back in this game. Had a very great shift, couple shifts in that game 1. A great pass out to Wallace and a great block. Ball out to Luke. Unlucky, looks like, oh, maybe some fouls. Luke Langlanay, somebody get that man a rule book.
He's been lifted.
A little bit of unfortunate timing there. Thought the chaser had the ball in his hands. Didn't quite have a hold of it. That's going to be some contact without the ball. Kansas City should be getting a power play here to even up the score. The score right now is 40-30 San Antonio. Ball in the hands of Wallace. He's got 1 beater to beat. Justin DeWick is there to probably like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. No, it has been that.
It's so boring.
Luke Langlanay does go into the box.
Not playing, man. Are you not playing this week? You are? Oh.
No. All right. Power play for Kansas City. Justin DeWick is here to usher in this goal. Pass off to Scarborough, hiding behind DeWick. Double beat from Bradley Himes. What a play by Himes. But in the scrum, some great defensive stop from Prado. What a play from Bradley Himes to stop that power play and get his team a chance, not only at control, but a chance to go and score. Veteran players make big-time plays, and Himes just made one himself. Again, riding the high of that UTSA championship win. What a great bit of beating from Kansas City. A great tackle from Johnson. Gets De La Fuente on the ground. A beat from DeWick. Gets the ball for himself. And then a fantastic catch on Himes in the air to get himself some control. And it looks like a defensive stop as well. Bad news for San Antonio. Looks like their only bludger is off the pitch. This could give Kansas City a quick fast break opportunity that they started out the game with. And just as I was saying that about Bradley Himes making a big play, DeWitt comes back and answers. He said, let me show you something, young man. This is how an old goat does it. It seems like a card, actually, on Kalen Johnson. Not quite sure what, but it will be a turnover to Bradley Himes. This could be a double bludger turnover, if I'm not mistaken. Mike, is that a yellow? Was it yellow? They get the cloth, then okay. That yellow card puts the ball in the hands of Catherine Hay. She's going to take it herself, and there she does it. Quick little pump fake. Nice speed. Gets San Antonio what could have been a missed opportunity on a power play. And she ends up getting the ball herself and putting San Antonio up by 30 points. Johnson back out of the box. Served her time. Great trade from Kansas City to open up the play. Doesn't quite go anywhere. One beater up top. She's got a pass and go here. Scarborough going. Missed beat from De La Fuente, but Scarborough finishes. Scarborough does finish. Great play. That man is strong. Score is 60-40, San Antonio. 0 Scarborough. I believe this is his first year playing. Absolutely showing out in his first series of MLQ. Playing some great defense and getting some goals. Seems like the veterans of Kansas City have really allowed him to sort of take over the offense a little bit. You love to see that for younger players. And just as I say, take over the offense, Luke Langley says, let me do my best Luke Langley impression. I did invent the drive and shoot meta. And he shows us why he used to be one of the best in the game. Still is at that very high level. Just been a little bit out of the game. Making his return. That goal is good. The score is 70-40 San Antonio. Bludgers are with Kansas City. Ball in the hands of Scarborough. Passes it off to Wallace. They're walking it slowly up the pitch for some subs. Usami subs out. Beat on Tiarina, who subs into the game for Bradley Himes. Missed beat on De La Fuente, but he goes off room. And that is going to be it for Bludger control. Kansas City does a great job getting Bludgers. Some really nice defense, but a great finish from Kansas City over the top. Gives it a nice goal. And we've got 70-50 is the score. 70-50. Kansas City playing some high pressure here. That Creighton style that we talked about early on. We saw so much success from it in this USQ season. Luke Langley directing his lines. Very veteran play from Luke Langley to communicate where he wants his team, what they need to do. Pass out to Prado. Instant out there by Kaylin Johnson. Ball is out to Villalba. But some great hands for Kansas City. Looks like they might have a fast break. Nope, not quite. They don't want to take it. They want to keep going slow. That fast break is not working out for us in the long run. Just going to get us more tired. A storyline coming into this weekend was the distance that Kansas City had to travel. Last year, San Antonio traveled up to Kansas City with a pretty bare roster. Didn't have a full 21. A lot of players who hadn't seen any MLQ action. And I was going to say that Chris De La Fuente does something incredible with a nice little jump. Gets control for himself off of that play. But it seems like Kansas City was able to bring a few more bodies than San Antonio was the last time around. He seemed prepared with a nice little drive and dish option. Big hit from Langley, but Scarborough is there with a nice little finish. Puts his body on the line, hobbling back a little bit, but gets the goal nonetheless. 70-60. Scarborough is still hobbling. He's a big player for them right now. He's scored almost every goal that they have so far in this game. He's assisted on a couple as well. Been a big player for them in game one. He's having himself a very nice series. Pump fake from Luke Langley. He says, come get me, Scarborough. And Scarborough says, let me show you what a hit looks like, son. Old man gets up, one arm, and Luke Langley does it himself. Luke Langley does it himself. What a play from Luke Langley. Solo goal through all those chasers. Beaters did a really nice job for San Antonio, creating some opportunity for Luke to just drive in on those chasers. For all of you watching at home, you made the smart decision. Some of us were crazy enough to come out here in these bugs. It is pretty hectic out here. They are ruthless. The bug spray is limited, ladies and gentlemen. Not enough to go around tonight, so some of us are just going to have to suck it up. Not quite sure what the discussion is. Game time is 11 minutes right now. The score is 80-60 off of that good goal by Luke Langlanay. Bludgers in the hands of Tiarina, Chris De La Fuente, and Justin DeWick. Justin DeWick and Kalen Johnson putting in a nice long shift. Kansas City needs them to play lights out like they were in game one. Some really awesome moments from both of them in this game. Some big time plays, opening up some defenses for their team to score, and playing some great defense themselves. Kalen Johnson being a pest on Chris De La Fuente, not letting him get in the position he wants. Tiarina forced to drop back a little bit. DeWick beats his own beater. That lets Javi pressure up a little bit. Allows Dylan Freeman to get nice and close and get a nice big grab onto Wallace. Seems like there might be a call on the play here off of a missed beat from Tiarina. Dylan Freeman decides, you know what, let's take a nice little nap right here. It's late. I've been working all week. I totally understand it. And he's up. It's very pretty. Looks like a yellow card on Dylan Freeman for some contact. San Antonio decides, let's call a timeout here, see if they can come up with a plan to stop this power play. Score is 80-60. San Antonio only with a 20-point lead. 20-goal lead would be insane. 2-goal lead, 20 points. I think about 11 minutes into the game last time we were about at this same scoreline. San Antonio came out of a timeout, came out of this timeout, or I think it was a power play or something. There was some sort of stoppage in play. San Antonio came out running. Kansas City maybe went in a little bit more into their depth, and San Antonio capitalized off of that. If you're San Antonio, what's been working for you is Jay Stewart getting in the game. You definitely want to see him hop back into the game if possible. Still have one more game to play, but if you sell out here, you take the series, put yourself in a good spot heading into champs. Again, both of these teams full of young players, young college players, but have a couple veterans on each team that seem to do a really good job of helping the young guns figure out what MLQ is like, understand the pace of the game and what strategy needs to go into it. We've seen some really nice quad ball happening here this evening. Let us know in the comments, who's going to take this game number 2? Is it going to be Kansas City? Are they going to force San Antonio into a game 3 scenario where everything's on the line? That's what happened the last time around. San Antonio won up game 1 in a pretty handed fashion, used up a lot of their energy, and then Kansas City struck in game 2, winning a close one, and then game 3 was one of the closest games we had all season, at least in the South Division. You let us know. Will Kansas City do it, or will San Antonio close it out here? Looks like a power play still for Kansas City. One beater back on defense. Nice little drive and dish here, and a good goal for Kansas City. Great catch from Justin DeWick to not only open up the play for his team, but to also get a bludger back, the only bludger back. He's here alone. He gets beat, I believe. He does get beat. Beat on Chris De La Fuente. Somehow Javi is beat. It looks like no beaters back for De La Fuente. Some anger going on here. It was 11 when we started, so probably about 12, maybe 13. Some discussion going on here. Not quite sure what's going on. We'll find out shortly. Kansas City did capitalize on that power play thanks to Justin DeWick and some nice patient play from Wallace. Score is now 80-70. We got a 1-point game here in game number 2. About 12 minutes into the game. No call on the play. Looks like the ball is currently with David Avila, but he's got a big task in front of him. One beater on. Both beaters off broom. 2 Kansas City beaters ready to run at him with bludgers and use that third one. Let's see how much time they can buy. David Avila takes that first beat. Sousa dodges a beat. Dodges an errant beat. Great feat from Milena. Great decision to not only keep that ball in play, but put it just far out of reach for Kansas City not to be able to make a play. David Avila takes some contact here, tries to get out of it. Little face contact here. Got a referee coming. David Avila was off broom. Seems like David Avila was off broom before the face contact. So the referee has decided no call on the play. Great defensive play here by Danny Rendon. Solo effort. He gets himself a fast break goal, and that is going to put this game tied at 80 points apiece. David Avila quickly running out the pitch, wants to get himself a goal back. He says, I'm not going to let that be the last time. See you later, Rendon. A little beat from Javi. Great communication there from the beater and the chaser. Avila passes it out to Sosa. She's walking it up the pitch. Confident. Jay Stewart has entered the game. Great beat from Javi. A little beat from Lauren Curry onto Javi. Great cut from Villalba right into the face of Duncan, but she gets the rebound. What a finish. They're playing patty cake on the hoop, and Villalba comes up with a goal to put San Antonio in the lead, 90-80. About this time last game in game 1, San Antonio was able to get themselves a nice big lead, and it started with a really nice hype play from Villalba, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if they can get that momentum into this next defense and get some fast break offense going that they're so accustomed to in the past couple of years. Vincent Reyes takes a shot, misses, can't be picked up by Archibald. Ball in the hands of Jay Stewart. Kyle Bryant looking to run. Never mind. Jay Stewart playing nice and slow. It was at this spot against Harvard in the final where he said, I'm going to call game right here. The same exact play. Javi has the ball, but it's going to turn out a little bit different this time. Ball back to Avila, back up to Jay Stewart. Some trades in the beater game, picked up by Kyle Bryant. He's all alone, but Jay says, I'm going to take it. Some great hands there from Usami. Gets a great stop for Kansas City. Ball in the hands of Reyes. He's walking it up slowly. Some really, really solid defensive work in Kansas City the last couple reps. It's taken San Antonio digging into their bag of tricks and playing out some magic to get some goals here. Beat onto Tiarina. Ball out to Vincent Reyes. Lauren Curry looking to put some pressure. Miss beat onto Kyle Bryant. Great little rip. Great little rip. Referees say no good. Unfortunate. Great little take from Usami there to beat one player and take that shot. If you're a Kansas City fan, you're saying, referee, that goal was good. But unfortunately, not too many Kansas City fans here. Couldn't make the trip. The San Antonio fans are getting a little bit rowdy. Gonna need to get security coming here soon. Ball up top with Avila and Sousa. Do some serpentine maneuver. Aaron Stout comes to meet Milena Sosa. Ball back out from Stewart. Kyle Bryant being pressured by Lauren Curry, doing a really nice job of getting Bryant out of the play. Sosa goes for a floater. Some great hands from Usami. He's been playing some really nice defense the last couple reps. He's looking to run. Jay Stewart meeting Vincent Reyes up top. forces a really bad pass from Vincent Reyes, and Archibald is there, but not quite fast enough to get that stop. Great play from Stewart to force that bad pass, and what a great play by the beaters to step up and make that defensive stop. Avila finds Jay Stewart, little bouncer, not quite hard enough on that pass. Bad pass for bad pass, and that's how it's going to end for this little series right here. Score is 90-80 still. San Antonio's in the lead. Figure it out. Some nice selfless passing again from Kansas City. A great drive and dish, but Jay Stewart is there. He says, I'm going to run this one. Bring it on, Asami. I'm ready for you. See you later. He's got one beater to beat. He's got a chaser and a beater. Kyle Bryant is there to blow up the play. Great beats by the beaters. Drive in by Jay. He breaks his own ankles. I called it, ladies and gentlemen. I said, who will break his ankles? It would be Jay Stewart. He's going to break his own ankles, but he's up, looking good. Maybe a little hobbled on that play. Now I feel a little bit bad. But ball with Kansas City. Beaters able to get possession of those bludgers. McClanahan's back in the game. He was a really big spark play for Kansas City. They're in a really good spot here. They have, about this time last game, they were down, I think, 5 or 6 points. So they're in a really good spot, being down 1 with McClanahan coming into the game, hoping to open up the scoring a little bit, get some fast break opportunities, some easy goals to hopefully change the narrative in this game number 2. John Alvarez playing some nice defense on McClanahan. The Soldados rotating around nice and good. The keeper was beat by his own teammate. He was beat by his own teammate in the middle of the game. It seems like the referees might have missed that one. Kyle Bryant ripped a bludger into the back of his own keeper. The referees didn't see who threw it. They called a beat on it from a San Antonio beater onto a San Antonio chaser. Hey, Mike. I can't say anything. That's unfortunate. Looks like Kansas City is going to get a power play opportunity here to tie this game up at 90 if they can. Ball in the hands of Archibald behind the hoops. Both beaters on the right side of the field here for San Antonio with bludgers in their hand. Kansas City has one beater in the play, one out of the play with their only bludger by their hoops. Archibald smartly moves to a different side of the pitch. McClanahan making the nice jog back to his hoops. Let's see if Kansas City can capitalize on this power play. I think they're 0 for 2 on power plays this game. Little flick beat, missed. And a finish from Morimoto ties the game up at 90. Luke Langley back in the game off of that power play. Kansas City, great job to dodge those bludgers and score on that power play and get control for this defensive set right here. Usami playing high on the pitch. Missed beat from John Alvarez. Steals the ball from Lauren Curry. Good goal for Jay Stewart. Maybe a call on the play. Lots of talk from Kansas City right now. Unhappy with something going on. If this goal is good, San Antonio will be up 100-90. Pardon me. Goal is good. That puts San Antonio up 100-90. Both beaters out of the play. No bludger back on defense. Kansas City could look to run and score a quick transition goal to get this game tied up again. Let's see if San Antonio is ready to play some defense here. They're going to have to. Both beaters haven't tagged in yet. They've got to go all the way back, then go all the way down. There should be plenty of time for Kansas City to blow open the play and get a nice, quick tying goal to keep this game tied up. Senda Morimoto on the drive. Catherine Hay makes a quick stop, slows him down a little bit, but like I said, no beaters anywhere in the play. Great dish from Morimoto to find Usami, and what a finish it is from the young lad himself. We're tied up at 100, ladies and gentlemen. What a game 2 we've had here. Kansas City way more composed than they were in game 1. I think they're feeling the momentum that they started to gain from that last little bit of time in game 1, despite the loss. This is how this story went last time, ladies and gentlemen, when San Antonio went up to Kansas City. Jay Stewart breaks some ankles there. He's driving. He dishes it out. Great hands from Morimoto. Back out to Leo. He doesn't see the beater. And another defensive stop for Kansas City. A little bit of confusion from the San Antonio side. San Antonio does manage to get Bludgers back for defense. We're all tied up here, ladies and gentlemen, in game 2. We should be approaching that 20-minute mark very soon. In fact, we're 20 seconds away. Let's see if Kansas City can get one more goal before this halftime. Great block from McClanahan. The ball's going to come off pitch, and Lauren Curry's going to come and snag it. Great defensive stop from Leo. Ball gets out. Missed beat from Maya Heinball. Great dish, and a goal for Usami. Kaiser. That was it, no? This will be the last possession. San Antonio's beaters trying to get control, but now they leave their teammates in a really bad spot here. McClanahan applying some pressure. Ball down to Catherine Hay. She bobbles it, and that's going to be a stop for Kansas City. That is going to be the 20-minute mark. Kansas City is up in game 2, 110-100. What a statement game from Kansas City here. Coming back out after that weird little mishap in game number 1, where they dropped a 6-point run on San Antonio. But they decided, you know what? That game's behind us. Let's get out here in this one, and let's go get them. Made some defensive changes. Kept up their selfless play style that they had in game 1. It's been working out really well for them. Spreading the love around between all of their young players and their veteran players. Really nice work from Kansas City. One thing about this San Antonio team, though, you can never count them out. They are the comeback kings and queens of the sport, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what's going on here after this 20-minute break. All right, everybody, we are back for the Snitch on Pitch segment of game number 2. San Antonio trailing in this game 100-110. Kansas City is leading. Some mishaps with the brooms over here. Trevor Smith can't figure it quite out. Smith caught it, the snitch in game 1 to end the hopes of Kansas City coming back. Let's see if he can do it here again. This game is close, ladies and gentlemen, so it's anybody's game at this point. We'll find out who the MVP is going to be at the end of the game, but if there's any MVP in my heart, it is our good friend Paul over here, who snagged us some bug spray, keeping us alive on this buggy evening here in San Antonio. Kansas City on a quick, fast break. Jay Stewart there to stop. Missed on the hoop. Usami, quick pump fake. Great hands from Catherine Hay, but the ball goes through the hoop anyways. Score is 120-100. Scarborough in on the game. He's had a nice long break. San Antonio gets a goal right back. 120-110. Kansas City in the lead. Trevor Smith has a second on the snitch. Lauren Curry beats out Bradley Himes. It's just Heinbaugh and Curry here on the Snitch. Scarborough being ushered in by Lauren Curry. She steps up, has to decide, who am I going to go on, this beater or the seeker? Not quite sure where her beater partner's at. Beater was great beat from Bradley Himes. Catches Vincent Ray not paying attention. Trevor Smith has an opportunity on the Snitch. Scarborough's coming in. Could he get a sneaky pull? Nope. He tries to pull Trevor Smith snitch. Doesn't work. Justin DeWick beats out Himes. Great beat on to Trevor Smith. What a catch, but what a fantastic beat from Justin DeWick. Great goal. The score is tied up at 120. That was a fantastic game-saving beat from Justin DeWick there on to Trevor Smith, who had that snitch in his hands. Trevor Smith says, give me 2 more. I think I got this one in the bag. He's riding the high after that game 1 snitch pull. He said, let me show you what I can do one-on-one with that snitch. Our snitch today, Craig Garrison, almost inviting the contact from these seekers. Kansas City's beaters have these. Great beat on to Trevor Smith from Kansas City. A scrum going on over on the San Antonio side of the pitch. Great dodge from Vincent Reyes. He's driving in, gets off of David Avila, and a finish, and that's going to do it. Good goal. Never mind. That is a missed goal. Scarborough is down with an injury. Some chaos going on the San Antonio side of the pitch.
He's scraping muting. Do we have another snitch?
All right, and we're back. Good to see Scarborough come off under his own power.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
Gets a sub in here.
So 3 things that make you cramp is if you're out of shape, dehydration, or training cycle. So that might be a little cramp pumps. So dehydration.
It'll be interesting to see who the stat leader is for catches after this game. My money is on me. I've caught at least 300 mosquitoes on my legs tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Game is back in. I believe we're all tied up at 120 apiece. A trade of beats. A miss from Bradley Himes. Never mind. Justin DeWick is beat. Great little tap out. Beat on Kaylin Johnson. Maya Heinbaugh going to beat out the seeker here. Give some time for Trevor Smith to sub out. We're going to stop play because that bludger is in another county, ladies and gentlemen.
Finish it all right now for the game, so that way that you're overhydrated, you have enough electrolytes in your body, so that way you
AJ,
utilize
what's
it.
that score?
It's just sitting there. Whatever your body doesn't use, it goes away.
Okay. San Antonio is in the lead, 130 to 120. The set score is 170, I believe. Chris De La Fuente into this game. Maya Heinbaugh beats out the seeker. Great reaction from Heinbaugh there to beat out that seeker who was going to have a chance to catch that snitch. Bradley Himes backing up, looking to try and make a play on the call for here. Beats out Usami. That might have been an illegal swat, but referees missed that one. Great pressure from Himes there. Another illegal swat. Bradley Himes is getting very unlucky. Nice try from Maya Heinbaugh here to get that closure, but DeWick is too fast. Great tackle from Alyssa Vialba. Gets the ball to Brendan Duncan. Uh-oh. We might have an injured player. camera kind of in the center again. Ball is over there.
Okay.
It's on this side. All right, we're back. Looks like Maya Heimba is okay. Maybe took a quick little knock, but she is up on her own power and I think staying in this game. Love to see that. Don't want to see anybody get hurt. The ball is currently in the hands of David Avila, who is camping out right in front of Kansas City goals, eyeing which one he's going to choose. He's got a teammate in Dylan Freeman right there, the unstoppable train himself, with only Sena Morimoto to stop this first shot. A couple Kansas City chasers are trailing to try and get some stops if Morimoto can stop this first shot from David Avila. This game is still very close, ladies and gentlemen. San Antonio, I believe, is still in the lead by 1 point. It'll be the first team to reach 170 points. Will win this game number 2. Will Kansas City end this game number 2 in style and send San Antonio to a game 3 to decide the winner of the series, or will San Antonio close it out? A lot of discussion going on, not quite sure what the issue is here. We have an electric crowd here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They have been out of the ballpark tonight, just cheering for their team as loud as they possibly can. It's been really exciting. There we go. Craig Garrison doing us all a favor, getting some life here in this series. The score, I believe, is 120 to 130 San Antonio. David Deuce Avila with the ball in his hands, looking to extend this lead from San Antonio, who has had 3 back-to-back stops on defense. He gets through 1, gets through 2, and what a strong finish from David Avila. Chris De La Fuente, alone time on the snitch. He's long. Seeker comes in. Great beat by Bradley Himes. Not quite sure that Bradley's beat was there in time. If this catch is good, Kansas City will be in the lead by, I believe, 1 point. We'll get a confirmation on that score in just a second if this catch is called good. Nothing worse than being a seeker and having the other seeker come up and just steal that snitch out of nowhere. The call on the field is the seeker was beat at the time of the catch. That catch will be called no good. No good. Great game-saving beat from Bradley Himes. Justin DeWick had one in game 1, and Bradley Himes meets him back in this game with a game-saving beat of his own. Great heads up from number 9 on Kansas City to come in here and try and get that quick snitch grab. They are beat. They will have to go back to hoops. Bradley Himes with the bludger in his hands and one at his hoops. Sena Morimoto stalling completely on the pitch. Beat on. Kansas City's beater. Beat on. What a catch by Kaylin Johnson. Great dish from Sena Morimoto to Aaron Stout, and he's going to finish. What a take. Bradley Himes blowing at the play. Beats Scarborough out. De La Fuente with the ball again. DeWick is here. Gets a beat. Clear from Justin DeWick. Beat on Bradley Himes. Clear on Maya Heinbaugh. That's a goal for San Antonio. One of you's beat.
Out of bounds, man, bro. You called your name.
You're technically both clear. Because you weren't on the pitch yet. Beat onto the seeker. Clear onto Wick. Beat on Maya Heinbaugh. Great stop from Kansas City on defense to get those balls out of San Antonio's hands and into their own. Senator Morimoto looking a little bit tired, walking up the pitch here. Justin Wick needs a sub. He put in a great little shift here at beater. Taylon Johnson, absolute machine, refuses to sub out. Beat from Javi Chirina on to Scarborough. Love to see him back in this game. He was suffering from some cramps earlier, but he's back in the game. Javi tries to get Aaron Stout lacking a little bit, but Aaron Stout, with good communication from his teammates, gets that ball out of his hands. Ball in the hands of John Alvarez back in as a seeker. Double beat here. Nice little trade for San Antonio. Gets a bludger back on defense, and a missed shot for Kansas City will let that ball go into San Antonio's hands. Both seekers are beat here. Ball in the hands of Melina Sosa. John Alvarez has all the time in the world to get this snitch. Good beat from McClanahan to sneak that ball around the snitch. Jay Stewart one-on-one with Aaron Stout. Little misbeat. Jay Stewart breaks his own ankles again, and that's a goal from Jay Stewart. Classic Jay Stewart says you're too small, and that's going to be a John Alvarez with some time on the snitch here.
Seeker, you are beat.
Kaiser, score. What's the set score? 170. Ladies and gentlemen, it is next point wins for San Antonio right here. Scores 160 to what?
140.
140. Kansas City coming into San Antonio pitch with a 1-goal lead. Now is trailing by 2 goals. They need 3 to win. San Antonio needs 1 to win. 1 snitch grab or 1 goal will put San Antonio ahead of Kansas City in this series. Again, with these sneaky grabs, Maya Heinbaugh is left alone to defend with a seeker and 2 beaters. San Antonio needs 1 goal to win. Little driving dish, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. San Antonio takes the series. They are up 2-0. What a comeback story for San Antonio. Kansas City did a fantastic job in game number 2 here, coming out strong and keeping that momentum that they had at the end of game 1 and making this a really close game. They were in the driver's seat for most of the game, leading into Snitch on pitch, but San Antonio just a little bit too quick, a little bit too smart on these transition goals, and that is going to do it for our game number 2 here. We'll have game number 3 coming up shortly. Let's see if Kansas City can leave San Antonio with at least 1 win to take back to the Cattle Dome, where they will play, I believe, the League City Legends next. They could be in League City, I'm not quite sure. But we'll be back for game 3 coming up soon. And we're back. If you're still with us, this is game number 3 of Kansas City versus San Antonio. San Antonio did finish it out in game number 2. Nice little comeback, being down 1 going into Snitch on pitch, and they close out the series 2-0. Let's see if Kansas City can come back in this game 3, take back home a point from the Soldados and a little bit of pride to go with it. Kansas City will be on your right. San Antonio will be on your left. And here we go. Usami not fast enough to beat Jay this time. Jay takes a beating in the process. Looks like a fast break opportunity. Luke Langley driving through. Great little wrap from Usami. Little slip on the cone, but he's going. Luke Langley. And a goal. No goal, beat before. Just kidding. Chaser was beat before.
That sucks. The cone got him.
0-0. Got him. Kansas City with the quaffle. Billy Quaw walking it up slowly. We've got Zero Scarborough, Bitsy, Archibald, Aaron Stout, and Billy Quaw in the quaffle game. We've got Melena Sousa, Jay Stewart, Catherine Hay, and Luke Langley in the Chasers. Nice little trade with the beaters on San Antonio. Javi might be quick enough to get that ball back. He does. Kansas City, a little bit of an errant pass. Can Scarborough get it? And he's unlucky, just out of play. Great hustle from Scarborough, but unlucky. Little tap from Javi. And Jay Stewart has an open lane to goal. Nice little dish to Luke. No goal. Please. Oh, misbeat by Vincent Reyes. Luke Langley has an open hoop, but you know what that means. He's not putting his hand through. He is ripping it, and that is going to be a miss for Luke Langley, and he's taking a quick sub off. He knows it too. Unfortunate. You hate to see that if you're a San Antonio fan. What could be a 2-0 game so far is still a 0-0 game. Sometimes you just got to play smart, do the smart play, don't make the easy play, and close it out.
To remain more on that side away from
Chris De La Fuente, nice little pass. Nice little read on that pass from Billy Quaw. Makes him panic a little bit. Jay Stewart is there to snag it. He says, give me those cookies, and he finally puts one through the hoop. Again, a wide open hoop, no hand through the hoop, taking a mid-range shot as hard as he possibly can with no defenders. Might not be the most efficient way to score, but hey, he got the job done, and we are 1-0 San Antonio right now. Aaron Stout bringing up the ball slowly. Chris De La Fuente keeping an eye on Billy Quaw. Doesn't want to let him get in behind the hoops there. It's the Archibald up top with Aaron Stout. Great beat from Vincent Reyes. Aaron Stout working. Little dish out to Scarborough. Missed beat from Javi. Great defense from Jay. And a great cleanup beat from Chris De La Fuente. You know what that means. It's time to run. David Avila smartly notices the beater and that they're all back, and that's going to do it for that fast break attempt.
sweat. And I think someone colored.
Little pass out to Villalba, who's had a monster game. She was a fantastic player for UTSA. A huge reason why they won the championship game in USQ this past season. Had a very crucial stop with game on the line against Leo Freed, which allowed Jay to make the play. And speaking of the play, there's Jay Stewart. He misses, unlucky, with a nice little run and dunk, but doesn't quite go through the hoop. Kansas City, a combination of good defense and a little bit of luck. San Antonio maybe a little bit tired, feeling a little bit too comfortable with their 2-game win. They are now just taking it to the beaters. Javi is running all over the place. Chris De La Fuente spying that. What a ripped shot from Aaron Stout. It looked like it went in from over here, but the referees say no. The referees say no. And it looks like the beaters are going to get their budget. That's way far. Here's a fast break opportunity for Jay Stewart. Jay Stewart running. Great little wrap from Morimoto, unlucky. Nice little finish. Aaron Stout, great little rip, and he finds Dylan Freeman for the nice, easy dunk. Great relay from Brennan Duncan. Vincent Reyes not paying attention. Chris De La Fuente is doing whatever he wants right now. Beats Aaron Stout. What an opening from San Antonio. What could be a 50-0 game right now is only a 20-0 game, or 30. I can't read that from all the way over here. But we saw this in game 1. San Antonio had a nice little lead towards the middle, and Kansas City was able to bring it back in and create a close game. Let's hopefully see that Kansas City can score right here. Maybe a little bit of a hero ball from Center Morimoto there. Didn't feel like he had any help there, so he wanted to go for that quick, easy shot, and that's going to do it. Unlucky. Ball back with Jay Stewart, who's deciding, I've had enough running for one day. I'm going to walk it up the pitch a little bit. Passes off to Melina Sousa. Can't miss her with her pink cleats. She just says, who has the ball? I don't know. It's not me. Oh, just kidding. It is me.
I got older and still played.
Swinging that ball over to Villalba. Just kidding. That ball's not going. It's going right back to Jay Stewart. Who could have guessed? Jay Stewart says, I don't know if I want to go in yet. Quick little move and a shot off the outside of the hoop and not in. Unfortunate right there. Nice little look from Lena to notice that there's an opening for Jay to go in there, but just couldn't quite put it in. And for about 3 to 4 minutes now, Javi and Chris have been doing whatever they feel like. They are running all over the pitch, doing whatever they want for these beaters. And Kansas City has not had any sort of structured offense right now. Vincent Reyes takes a sub. Justin DeWick hops in the game. Had a monster game 2 with Kalen Johnson, who maybe look a little bit gassed, but let's see if they can muster through and try and pull out a game win for their team. Ball back behind for Senna. Javi goes to pressure. Ball launched back up to Aaron Stout. Senna Morimoto still in the play. Justin DeWick just kind of being a little bit patient, trying to figure out which is the best player to go for. Kalen Johnson might be zeroing in on Chris De La Fuente. Quick little beat. Ball out to Wallace. Pump fake out to Archibald. Deuce is there. Aaron Stout back with the ball. Being a little bit patient. Good beat from DeWick. That might be the opening they need. Quick pump fake from Wallace. Drives through. And that is going to not go through the hoop. Unlucky little hoop dislodgement there on Wallace. A little bit of a floater. Looking like LeBron. Not quite there. That's unfortunate. A nice look from Avila. Saw Carlos Prado running in behind the hoop for that cut, but couldn't quite make it work. Kansas City. A lot of tired faces out there, but they're still trucking along. Vinci Archibald jogging down the pitch. Senna Morimoto getting his teammate in the action. Wallace met by Deuce. Great little wrap up. He is beat.
What is this?
In the chaos, Kansas City does come up with bludgers. Little beat out on Bradley Himes. Missed. Beaters are taking whatever space they want. Quick beat onto Melina Sosa. This gives Aaron Stout a quick little moment to try and go score here. A little bit of a dish and a great little drive and dish finish right there from Aaron Stout onto Morimoto. Sometimes all it takes is one goal to get you back in the swing of things. Let's see if Kansas City can capitalize on this momentum. Mike, what's the score? We at 30? Okay, score is 30-10, San Antonio in the lead. This 2-goal lead could have been maybe a 4 or 5 goal lead, but a couple of missed shots at the beginning of the game put them in this position. But they're not looking any bit concerned. Melina Sousa doing some sort of salsa dance. Senna Morimoto ushering her to shoot that ball. She said, okay. Nice little find on Carlos Prado. Wallace can't quite get there. Prado has a lane, but a great read from Justin DeWick to stop that ball. And another missed opportunity for San Antonio to capitalize. Some great defense coming out from Kansas City right now.
What happened to Vegas?
They just picked the wrong leaders. You know.
Ball in the hands of Rendon. Sees his first minutes of game 3 right here. Just since coming into the game, Justin DeWick and Kalen Johnson have controlled the bludgers. And they've slowed down the pace a little bit. What a great little move and a shot from Usami. My goodness, what a player he has been for this Kansas City team in this series. A shining light. Not quite sure if this is his first season or not, but he is making it something special.
Beaters were our strongest.
And a rip shot from Melina Sosa will not count. She said, that whistle is blown. This is my chance to take a shot. And unfortunately, it was a beautiful shot. Maybe she can do it again. Do you think they would see it coming? Do you think they would see another shot coming right off the rip right here? She said, hey, Usami, check out my shot. The only difference is Usami's shot counted. Ball in the hands of Sosa.
Went in.
It seems like Justin DeWick is serving a penalty. This is a power play for San Antonio.
There's emphasis on like
Usami putting some high pressure. Bradley Himes beats him out. Melina says, I'm taking this. Nice little rip. Unlucky. Right at the hoops. Beat on Alyssa Villalba. Seems like there might be a face beat. If this call is made, this could be a really bad sign for Kansas City, having both of their beaters in the box. It's going to take the entire chaser core of this Kansas City offense right now to make this stop. It seems like it will be a card for a face beat. A little bit of unfortunate luck there trying to make the stop on the beat. Yellow card, that means that call will go over to the closest eligible player. Let's see if Villalba is beat or not. She should be beat. That ball should go to Carlos Prado. All right, here we go. We've seen this before, ladies and gentlemen. A wide open goal. Will Carlos Prado score? Hasn't been the luck for a lot of his teammates early on in this game, but let's see if he can rewrite the script here and finish these easy chances when they are handed to them. You don't like to see that for Kansas City. 2 beaters in the box. Even after this goal, they will still have 1 more in the box. Nice little dunk with authority over Sena Morimoto. Prado jogs on back. Score is now 40-20, I believe. San Antonio in the lead. Missed beat by Chris De La Fuente, putting some pressure onto Kansas City. They have no more resets. That is a turnover, I believe. Maybe not. Sena Morimoto being very smart about how he is trying to approach this offensive threat. Justin DeWick, great little block. Sena Morimoto running a fast break. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounded like a bird to me. Just kidding, it was Kaiser Polzen himself, the referee. New species of bird down here in the swamp that is San Antonio at the moment.
Yeah. Pegasus didn't have the S+ caliber football, you know what I mean?
Can definitely see the fatigue weighing on both of these teams right now. The more tired they get, the less they are thinking properly, maybe making some poor decisions, missing some easy reads, easy dunks, easy goals, but not for the San Antonio Beaters. They have been on fire. But since coming into the game, Justin DeWick and Kalen Johnson, aside from that little power play where they put both of themselves in the box, they put out that fire for a little bit, or at least dimmed it to a slight flame, and even got some goals in the process. And now we've got ourselves, I believe, a 40-20 game. If there was any question coming into this series about the caliber of these two teams, I think you can clearly see that there has been a lot of planning and discussion going into these first few weeks that they've been together, and these teams are going to be just fine. Both young groups, but young means a lot of spark, a lot of fire, a lot of passion. And for a team like San Antonio, they need that passion. They love that passion. Deuce gets the ball back. He's running it down the field, and easy goal for Deuce. We love to see that hand through the hoop. Another goal for San Antonio. Usami is sneaking in behind. Looking to see if he can get a quick goal down low. Kalen Johnson with their fist up.
It seemed like there was mixed messages. Like there was 2 strategies.
A little bit of miscommunication between Chris De La Fuente and Bradley Himes. Great little find onto Usami. He's got 1 to beat. Can he get the shot? Great little rip and a stop from Villalba. She has been a wall on defense. Melena Sosa, Alyssa Villalba, Catherine Hay, and Tara Robinson have been fantastic on their hoop defense this game. A little bit of pressure going in at the middle of the hoop there. A little bit of a scrum. Beat on Bradley Himes by Kalen Johnson. San Antonio swinging the ball around. They got a couple of cutters. A little bit of a dish over to the top. Trying to get Chris De La Fuente his only goal of the season as a beater, but it's not quite going to work. Prado is able to recover. Great little dish and a finish. Great little feed. Unlucky, but Villalba keeps it up. She's going to try and get Carlos Prado into this game. A little bit more of a dish out to Sosa. Kind of a wide pass. Chris De La Fuente is here to try and slow down this pressure from the beaters. Miss beat. Great stop from Kansas City. Not having that, but it seems we have a very delayed penalty. We have a super delayed penalty. Let's see what this call is. What could have been a fantastic little spell of defense from Kansas City might go bad in just a matter of seconds if this call was messed up. It was crazy. Or made, I apologize.
I remember the year prior when we played against a bowling tournament, y'all were doing this flip play where you would throw the ball back, pass back between those two, and then once the beaters of the defense turned towards these bubble players, y'all bust it up and then pass back up top, and then y'all drive. And it was bread and butter, and it was fantastic. And I didn't see y'all do that at all that game. And I was sitting next to them, I was like, man, this is not the strategy that I thought. Sorry, I'm too loud.
If you weren't able to tune into any of the other series that happened today, in the series with Toronto and Cleveland, Toronto took that series 3-0. In the series of the week, the Washington Admirals versus the New York Titans, after a very, very, very close Game 1 finish, where the New York Titans won 160 to 155. The Titans managed to clean up the rest of the series pretty handily and win that series 3-0 over the Admirals, putting themselves in a nice spot to claim first place in that division as of right now. I believe we have a broken hoop, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Weird little stop, not sure what it was for, but during that stoppage, veteran player on the Kansas City Stampede, Brian McClanahan, had mentioned it's only a 20-point game, and that it is, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 40-20, which seems to be the story for San Antonio over the last couple of years. They've been the dominant team, but just can't seem to get out of range of some of these teams. They're always letting teams either climb back into games or stay in games despite their massive beater play or chaser play on offense and defense. And that's where it goes to show at the beginning of this game, they could have been out of snitch range by 40 points, 50 points in the lead had they finished those easy dunks for the hoop, but instead they decided to shoot. Speaking of shot, missed shot, great hand by Melina Sosa. Kyle Bryant decides to run on the beater. Great little beat, dodge from Carlos Prado. And will he finish? He will. Dunks over his own teammate. Says, let me get two on this poster right here. And he gets the finish. That will bring us to 50-20 San Antonio. Since coming to the game, Carlos Prado has decided, I'm going to put my hand through the hoop if I have anything to say about it, and he does. He's taking a quick sub off for Alex Vega, making his first appearance of the series. Usami, deep in the zone right now, deep behind the hoops, looking for a nice little dish pass. He's been fantastic behind the hoops there, catching, getting a quick little drive, and a nice shot on that top hoop. Let's see if San Antonio has realized that that's how he's scoring and see if they can adjust. Owen Curry trying to scare off David Avila, but who is the keeper and standing in the hoop. Little dish to Santa Morimoto, out to Asami, not quite ready for it. Great little pass, Rendon with the dunk. Great beat from Bryant, and that ball goes right to Avila. Despite playing some very, very good defense this game, Kansas City just can't seem to get anything going on offense. Their ideas aren't really working. They're not as fluid with their cuts, with their passes. I think maybe fatigue has something to do with it. Luke Langley says, here, smell my finger. He's telling Catherine, hey, move this way. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication on to Vega, but beaters on the San Antonio Soldados have claimed a lot of space when they use. Vega has been known to rip it. He says, my hero is Tad Walters. I'm going to rip City. Speaking of Rip City, Luke Langley with the ball. Beaters creating chaos. Great dish to Villalba. Nice little finish. Catherine Hay. Oh, what a great finish for Catherine Hay, but beat by the Kansas City beater. Fantastic beat from number 29 in Kansas City. Catherine Hay in the perfect spot. Great way to finish there. Just unlucky with the timing of that beater coming back into play after the chaos was created by the San Antonio Beaters. After a misbeat, quite unlucky. It seems like we might have a penalty called on Usami. Not quite sure what that was for.
That shot.
He didn't know nobody
No.
I never shot.
Not that far out.
The ball will go back to Luke Langone. San Antonio currently has no beaters anywhere near the play, and they have no bludger back on defense. Luke Langone is going to need to buy some time and score. Great little rip, but not a good shot. This ball is going to be a turnover to Kansas City.
If you were to pick an NBA player,
This ball is going to be a turnover to Kansas City. Another great defensive stop for Kansas City.
Mellow.
One thing you can say about Kansas City is their defense has been solid the entire series. It's gotten them back into, it got them back into game 1 during Snitch on pitch. It kept the game close and even got them a lead in game 2. And they've kept San Antonio out of maybe what could be a blowout in this game. They've kept themselves close with their defense. Hopefully they can get some of this offensive capabilities that they had going in game 1 and 2 working in this third game. A little bit of miscommunication there, maybe some rush play from Rendon. Feeling the pressure, wanting to get a play for his team. Javi Tirina alone with the bludger right now. Luke Langone coming up slow, dishes it out to Vega. Ball in his hands. Alex Vega, some call him Mr. Fundamental. Luke Langone trying to get Senna to bite. Senna says, let me get a little bit of a taste, but he doesn't want the whole thing, just a little bit of a taste. Kyle Bryant getting physical, as he's known to do. Javi beats his own beater. Ball back behind Catherine Hay. Nice little driving dish. She finds Bialba. Getting the beaters to drawn out. Javi does a great job. Beat on Luke Langone. Senna Muramoto 1v1 on the beater. Oh, what a play from Kyle Bryant. But will it be enough? Luke Langone gets the ball back on defense. What a play from the young beater. Some would say Kyle Bryant was a huge reason why UTSA handled Creighton, Michigan, and Harvard in their finals run and eventual championship winning run. What a play from the young beater. To have the kind of tenacity to just go for it. Say, you know what? Why not? And to have it work out in your favor, that's got to be awesome for him. He gets a quick sub because he's been all over the pitch. What a player he has been for his team. Luke Langone says, let me have that. I'll take that shot. Shooters do have to shoot. It's in the rules. If you're a shooter, you have to shoot. There's nothing you can do about it. He could have passed, but he said, nope, I'm a shooter. I have to shoot this ball. San Antonio feeling the momentum. Catherine Hay needs one sub. She's been balling out today. So has Alyssa Villalba. She says, you know what? I don't need a sub. Keep me in the whole game. Just kidding. She might need a sub soon. I thought we had a Tiger on the pitch. It's just our Snitch, Craig Garrison, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Brian McClanahan's back in the game. Could this be the spark that Kansas City need to get this offense rolling? The score is 60-20. We are 50 minutes into this game. A lower scoring affair than we've been used to. Vincent Reyes says, Luke Langone, I see you, and I'm going to take you one better. Give me that bucket right there. Chris De La Fuente wants to run the pressure, beats out McClanahan, gets traded in the process, but Javi is there to clean it up. What a way to get bludgers for his team. McClanahan is coming to try and steal it, but Javi smartly waits for Chris to get back in the play before subbing. Excellent work from the beaters there. Luke Langone with the ball. If anybody doesn't know, we are currently in Rip City, San Antonio. Will Luke have another go at it? He sure wants to. Ladies and gentlemen, did I call it or did I call it? Luke Langone, 2 for 2 on shots. After missing 3 wide open dunks at the beginning of the game, he has brought it back and said, I'm dialed in and I am ready to go. The score is 70-30 San Antonio. Brian McClanahan's is up here again with his green cleats matching the green ball. It's very late out here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I'm a little bit delirious, but we're doing our best. Maya Heinbaugh subs into the game for her first time this game 3. Nice little try on to Brian McClanahan, but he is ready for it. Great little play. Vincent Reyes carving. What a finish from Reyes. He said, give me that ball. Good try from Maya and a great beat there to get control. Luke Langone running. Top hoop. Just kidding. Should have been top hoop, and that's going to do it. What a finish from Riley Molman. San Antonio is flying now. The floodgates are open. Luke needs a sub. Get that old man a sub. Dylan Freeman comes on. The tank himself. Jay Stewart making his way back on the pitch, looking a little bit ginger. He's walking sort of slowly, a little bit hobbled. You don't want to see that. Seems like a timeout is called for Kansas City, and that might be what they need to stop the momentum for this San Antonio team. A couple shout outs for you here today. First of all, we've got Tej Money. He wanted a shout out. He said, hey man, get me on the live stream. I want a shout out. So he got one. Okay. I do take requests, ladies and gentlemen. I also take bribes if you're willing to, but if not, that's okay too. Another shout out. We have, somebody doesn't know somebody's name. Somebody felt like an idiot. I'm getting a report that Tej Money should have been at the game today, but couldn't make it out. Unfortunate. Kansas City walking the ball up slowly. Vincent Reyes has scored their last 2 goals, solo goals. A little bit of change of play style from Kansas City in this game 3. What started out as a fluid passing, cutting offense has turned into a drive-heavy, have a good shot, nice little rip. And Vincent Reyes cannot miss right now. He cannot miss. That is his 3rd in a row. He has the hot hand, as we Texans like to say. Let's see if he can keep it going. That brings the score to 80-50, I believe. 80-50. San Antonio is still in the lead. Dylan Freeman walking up the pitch. Idling behind Chris De La Fuente. Pass the ball back to Riley Molman. Jay Stewart is deep. Molman finds Jay Stewart. Ball to Melina Sosa. Jay says, I'll be honest. I don't know why you'd be anything but honest. We love to see that from Stewart. Dylan Freeman, Melina Sosa playing catch. Chris De La Fuente taking his sweet time. Maybe taking a little bit of a siesta. Melina Sosa says, I'm not sure who I want to pass to, but Chris De La Fuente is there. Unlucky that Ryan McClanahan is ready for that beat. Great beat from McClanahan. What a catch and finish from Riley Molman. And somehow Maya ends up with that bludger, keeping control for San Antonio. Everything is falling for San Antonio right now. They have all the momentum, and the score is 90-50. Why would I have it? Can't tell you, buddy. Sorry. The score is 90-50 San Antonio. It is way past my bedtime. And we are moving. Billy Claw with the ball. Wallace back in the game. I think it's his first shift of this game 3. Putting in a lot of minutes in game 1 and 2. McClanahan's creeping up onto Maya. Great catch from De La Fuente. Clear. Great beat from Maya. Great defensive stop. And it looks like we've got another fast break for San Antonio. Great stop from Brian McClanahan. He said, Kyle Bryant, let me show you who taught you that move right there, son. McClanahan back in the play. Deuce finds a pass to Villalba. And what a finish. What a finish. She is so elusive behind those hoops. Having a monster series, she is a player to watch out for. Jay Stewart, who? Matthew Blackwood, when? It's all about Alyssa Villalba in this game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have an injury on San Antonio. Maybe some cramps. It is very humid, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very, very humid. Quaffle being brought up by Vincent Reyes. He is 3 for 3 on shots right now. He has scored more than half of Kansas City's points in this game 3. Finally dishes it off to Billy Quaw. See if he can get his teammates in the action. Brian McClanahan. Maybe missed a swat on Brian McClanahan from Jay Stewart. A scrum for the ball. David Avila comes up with it. He's running, and there will be a stop.
It's smacking something. Always hitting someone with the beat though. That's a different sound. Yes, but I can't tell when it's beat.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I don't
That's 20 minutes.
Oh, just kidding. I know exactly what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 20-minute mark of game number 3. We will have our Snitch coming out very shortly. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick little break, and we will catch you back soon. All right, we're getting set up here, ladies and gentlemen, for the 20-minute mark of game number 3 between the San Antonio Soldados and the Kansas City Stampede. The score right now is 100-50. If Miguel Esparza would quickly move out of the way so we could see the scoreboard. Thank you very much. The set score will be 160 this game, 160. Snitch catch is worth 35 points. Kansas City could really use those extra 35 points to get in the game. But there's a quick goal for David Avila. Makes it 110-50. A little scrap right here between Brian McClanahan and Maya Heinbaugh.
He's diving into it.
Just send him back, eh? A 50-50 scrap. Great beat onto Trevor Smith from Kalen Johnson. Ball out to Billy Qua. This could be an opportunity when the game is a little bit more open and Snitch on pitch for Kansas City to get some goals here. Billy Qua looking for a dish. Finds her. What a finish from Bitsy. David Avila running back the other way. Is there a beater on defense? There is. Slows down the stop. What a great little play from Kalen Johnson to have a heads up there and make sure David Avila doesn't get a quick, easy goal. We've got ourselves a 110-60 game. Kansas City needs 10 points to win. San Antonio only needs 5. Trevor Smith has all the time in the world right here to try and get the catch for his team. Bradley Himes cramping. Great goal for David Avila. That brings the score to 120-60. Trevor Smith going for a pull, gets beat. Beat. Seeker. Ball in the hands of Scarborough. San Antonio really okay with letting Kansas City have some time in the Snitch here. They said 30 points is nothing if we've got 4 goals to get. We can get 4 before they can get 10. What a tackle from Leo Rodriguez. A great dish out to Billy Qua, and that's going to do it. 70 points on the scoreboard for Kansas City. Ball back to Avila. Kalen Johnson right here with Trevor Smith gets him out of the play. Rendon having his first 16 minutes of the series, if I believe. Goes for the under grab. Doesn't quite get it. Great beat on to Kalen Johnson by Javi Chirina, but that ball is gone. That ball is gone. Great beat on Dylan Freeman, but not before we can get that pass off. Goal for Leo Rodriguez. San Antonio is only 3 points away from closing out this series 3-0. If you're a Kansas City fan, you need somebody to light a spark here and get the team moving. It cannot be easy to travel as far as they did. It cannot be easy to travel as far as they did and play the minutes they are in this heat. It is not that easy, but they are doing it. They're fighting through. They seem to go back to their passing offense that they started with in the first 2 games. Nice little dish over to the top from Billy Qua. Kalen Johnson locking down the Snitch. Melena Sosa eyeballing each other. Johnson has a choice to make. Melena sees the beat. Great beat from the Seeker. Both Seekers are beat. We have a call. It might be a swat off pitch. We will just see.
Wait, on our team?
He swatted off.
Just flush into it right in front of your face. I'm shook. Okay, it's cool, it's cool.
A little confused. It looks like a swat off pitch. Seeger will be in the box for Kansas City.
But I just want to clarify here. If it hits you and it jumps on your chest and then you hit it, that's still you can't do it. Okay, so you can watch that.
John, it's all you.
Both Kansas City beaters with the bludger here. The score is 130-80. Beat onto Dylan Freeman. He gets the ball out to Catherine Hay. Billy Qua is there to close on the space. So is Scarborough. Ball is out a little bit too high. Leo Rodriguez can't pull it down. Kansas City is fighting. Kansas City is fighting for their right to win this game. You love to see that for such a young team, to not give up. It could be so easy to just give up after you've lost 2 games, but not Kansas City. They want this win bad. They want it bad. They didn't come down here to get 3-0 swept, but John Alvarez might have a different plan for them. Ladies and gentlemen, if that catch is good, which it looks like it might be, that is going to be the series. The Snitch is saying yes. The referees are saying no. We want to be here all night long. The fans love it, and that is it. San Antonio takes it 165-80. A dominant display from San Antonio. You love to see the fight from Kansas City, though. A very young team that's come in here with not a lot of MLQ experience, come all the way down to San Antonio, and they gave San Antonio a run for their money and made them earn it. Really great play from both of these teams. Again, if there was any question about the capability of both of these teams, I think it was answered here today. We saw some fantastic quad ball being played from both teams and a lot of young players, a lot of young stars standing out. Jay Stewart, of course, Alyssa Villalba, Vincent Reyes taking over in that last game for a little bit to get his team back in the game. Zero Scarborough having a couple really nice moments in game 1 with defense. I'm going to do what? I guess I'm going to do an interview, so we will be right back. We're here with the man who caught that last snitch, John Alvarez. Okay, John, how do you feel about playing that snitch to win that last game and close it out 3-0?
I know in the 6th year I've played, it brings me back to when I started.
Oh yeah?
Catch to win, more exciting. I feel like everyone agrees with me. But yeah, super proud of my team today. You know, we didn't let ourselves self-destruct when there were times that may have looked like it could have happened. But you know, we cut it. We had people to get us back and locked in, and we got it done.
All right, they got the job done. I was going to ask how proud you are of this team, especially with all of these young players. A lot of these players, this is their first year of MLQ, right? Has it been easy to get that transition for a lot of these players? Has it been difficult? What's that transition been like?
Some of them, you know, they got it and they don't need too much practice. They're hanging in there with all the veterans.
Right.
A couple of them, they need a little bit of coaching as well, but they're gonna get there though.
Okay.
I have no doubt about that.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, congratulations, John. Okay. Get home safe. All right. And good luck in your next series. Okay. All right. Everybody watching at home, thank you very much. 3-0 sweep all throughout the day in all of the games, and we'll see you back next week for some more quad ball. Thank you.